Welcome back to Terror by the Bay. I'm David. Elon Musk is continuing his feud with Donald Trump. The girls are fighting. He trolled President Trump on Monday with a post on his social media platform, formerly known as Twitter, that he put up the, quote, the official Jeffery Epstein pedophile arrest counter, and he set it to 0. Then posted, what's the time? Oh, look, it's no one has been arrested o'clock again. This is the final straw. Musk responded to an earlier Monday post which knocked Trump administration for initially promised to release the Epstein list before reportedly saying, there is no Epstein list. And that's where this thing gets really annoying. Axios reported on a memo Sunday evening revealing the Justice Department and FBI have concluded that there is no evidence that Epstein, a convicted sex offender, blackmailed powerful figures or kept a, quote, client list, unquote, as many conspiracy theories suggest. I'm not big into conspiracy theories, but yeah, there was. And why do I say that? It's not a conspiracy theory. It makes common sense. If you're videotaping all this, recording all the events going on, which he was doing, and you have a list of people that were there, which he did, guess what? You've got an insurance. Okay, don't call it a blackmail list. It's an insurance policy. It's a, hey, I need favors from you. Hate, you don't have to say hate for that video of you and that 12-year-old girl to get out. It's kind of understood. The memo, according to Axios, also says there's no evidence to suggest that Epstein was murdered, supporting a medical examiner's report that he died by suicide in a Manhattan jail in 2019. The two-page memo also suggests no one else is involved in the Epstein case will be charged. Nothing to see here. Yeah, and that's why there's conspiracy theories, because this doesn't pass the smell test. It just doesn't. This, wealthy man hobnobbing with wealthy, powerful people and is involved with sex trafficking girls and had an island where they had orgies and sex parties and rape parties or whatever you want to call it, and had his plane where he had girls giving people like Matt Groener a foot massage or something along those lines. And let's not forget Judge Napolitano. Is that his name? It's the dude judge. No, I'm sorry, not Napolitano. That's Gene Napolitano. Hang on, let me get his name. Judge Alan Dershowitz. Sorry, it took me. Literally, it's one of those things I pause and like 3 seconds later, oh, I kept my clothes on. I kept my boxers on. Great. How old was she again? I get massages every other week. I go to a certified massage therapist. She's in her mid to late 40s. I keep my underwear on too, because guess what? That's what you're supposed to do. The thought of having a 14-year-old girl give me a massage is, 1, creepy, and 2, what the hell is she gonna know? If I want a massage from somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, I'll have my wife give me one. And that's not a slam on Michelle. She would at least try, but ew. And the other thing they talked about was that, Trump said he would release the Epstein files, but then he quickly doubled back. Well, there could be some really bad accusations, so we'd have to be careful about that. Yeah, you think? Oh, Trump also denied ever having anything to do with Epstein. Where's the quote in here? Trump last year denied any connection to Epstein, writing on social media, I was never on Epstein's plane or his, quote, stupid, unquote, island. Strong laws ought to be developed against AI. It will be a big and dangerous, very dangerous place in the future. Yeah, which means that there are videotapes out there of Trump doing things that Trump shouldn't have been doing. It's not a conspiracy theory when it's true. It's just we don't have the evidence or the proof yet. But it doesn't smell like it's a conspiracy theory. Their lines that, there's nothing going on here. Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So let's jump in, shall we? Elon Elon's trolling Donald. What are you trying to tell us, Elon? Other than Donald's implicated in with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, so this will be for entertainment purposes only, because clearly this is merely a conspiracy theory and has absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with real life. Foundation of the reading is the Eight of Coins. Excuse me. Working on it. The process of working on it. I'm drawn to the fact that, Trump does this. He hammers at a point, and Elon's doing it too. Elon keeps hammering on the point about Trump being related to Epstein. And Elon's saying, mark this page for the future. The truth will come out. Elon knows what's going on here. He knows exactly what's going on. And he's going to keep hammering away at this one. Not because Elon's some do-gooder of truth, justice, and the American way. Because he's a troll and he's angry at Donald Trump. And this is where he can poke him. And Donald can't do anything about it. Elon, for all his horrible traits, probably isn't a child molester. Crossed with the King of Pentacles. It's a pissing contest. And here's the big wiener in the hand contest. It's a pissing contest between a true wealthiest man in the world and a gold-plated version of that person who thinks that being by gold-plated makes him an extremely wealthy man, if not the wealthiest man in the world. This is Elon sitting there holding the card saying, come at me, bro, what do you have? And Elon's taking the initiative. Remember I was saying it was a pissing contest. I think Dr. Lena also, in a rather vulgar turn, she had a couple vulgar turns on her last video. She's wearing this beautiful yellow beret that Prince did not sing about. She called it a dick measuring contest. And if that isn't the card of a dick measuring contest, I don't know what is. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. In the past, the Hangman. All right, the Hangman is looking at things in a new perspective. But with these two trolls, we're going to take the lower meaning of it, which is, throwing somebody under the bus. And again, the low meaning of the Ace of Wands isn't taking powerful action. It's the Fred Flintstone card. It's, I'm going to hammer this point home. It's, you can put a screw into a wall using a drill to do a starter hole and a screwdriver or a drill to screw a screw in there. This is taking the hammer and hammering the screw into the wall. It takes away the whole point of having the utility of a screw. Current situation is the Magician. All right, to me, the Justice Department is trying to create this illusion that nothing to see here. It's completely nothing there. There's nothing there. Look on, people. Don't look at the man behind the curtain. Elon is like, oh, no. We're going to get the information coming out of this. Let's keep this on the public's mind. Overarching energy, Three of Coins. In this case, this is the conspiracy theory. This is the people in the know are keeping this thing quiet. They don't want the information getting out. The lesson to be learned is the Seven of Wands. You keep fighting, keep going after this. This is not going to be something that dies anytime soon. It'll be dead during the Donald Trump's administration if you get a ballsy president who doesn't care if powerful people are embarrassed or humiliated for their acts. Then this is going to come out. Again, if you get somebody like AOC or Katie Porter or Jasmine Crockett, these are folks that would be like, you know what? You did it. I don't care what color tie you wear, blue or red. You're going to be outed. Because guess what? You're a rapist. You're a child rapist, and you deserve everything that comes your way. And you do not deserve to be in a position of power and authority. No matter how effective you may be at that job, screw you. Outcome is going to be the Strength card. I think on the short term, again, they're going to try and keep the lion from roaring. They're trying to force that shut. But the information is infinite, and the investigations will come again. And yeah, they're trying to bring this case to a close. They want to shut this thing down. But as we've seen with the Kennedy assassination and the death of Marilyn Monroe and stuff like that, those cases don't die quietly. The public doesn't just accept it and go, oh well, guess there was nothing there. Especially when they think something was there. Was there a second shooter? I don't know. I really don't. Was the CIA involved? Possibly. I haven't really followed the JFK shooting that much. I mean, I wasn't born when it happened, and a lot of people are intrigued by it. And I get it. The assassination of a U.S. president, and there are things in the closet. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if the intelligence agencies were involved with it. If they felt that Kennedy had become a clear and present danger, then rather go through they probably couldn't go through the court system because whatever clear and present danger he presented wasn't something that could be challenged in a court of law. So they went extrajudicial and took care of matters themselves. That would be one theory as to why that would happen. How's Donald Trump feeling? Now, mind you, Donald Trump just announced 25% tariffs on Japan and Korea. So remember, when he's throwing out this whole tariff stuff, I don't have my taco shirt. It's packed away for our trip. It's used as a distraction. So he's trying to distract from the news cycle. Is he trying to distract from the loss of life in the Texas floods? Is FEMA going to be out there? The one that he defunded? Has he even mentioned anything about the loss of life there? I guess he had that one camp of like 30 girls and some counselors, and I think the camp announced that they don't expect any survivors from that. I did read that they found 3 girls alive 30 foot up in a tree. I didn't see that in the story I read this morning. But, a tragic loss of life. And, Elon Musk is partly to blame for this with his defunding of NOAA and, firing people from the Weather Service, things along those lines. Any early warning that might have been able to come would have been blunted. And we can expect more events like that. Instead of getting the word out and people getting to safety, we're going to hear about tragedies. Same thing with Alligator Alcatraz. Folks in the comments pointed out that it was flooded already because of thunderstorms. Imagine if a frickin' hurricane went through there. You're going to have massive loss of life there. Completely avoidable. Sorry. Let's get back on this reading. Trump, what's going through his mind as he releases Epstein, as Musk releases this Epstein information? Trump announces tariffs. Is that to distract from Elon Musk? Is that to distract from Texas? What's going on with Trump? 5 of coins. Losing money. Oh, he's worried about the economy. There might be some economic news coming out. That's not good. Crossed with the naivety, and I'll talk about. It's like it's a distraction. Talking about money, messaging about money. He's trying to distract from, I think, the economic downturn. I think we're going to get the announcement we're in a recession because you have to have back-to-back quarters for that. And he's been yelling and screaming at the Fed to lower interest rates, and the Fed won't do it because Trump keeps threatening tariffs. So what does Trump do? He threatens more tariffs. He's going to try and, I would not be surprised if the hangman shows up again. He's going to try and throw Powell under the bus on that. In the past, the Page of Cups, the dude is just, it works. Every time he talks about tariffs and it distracts things, it distracts the people he cares about. Current situation is the 6 of coins. I still think it's an economic downturn. I would have thought it would have been about the Epstein stuff. I would have thought it would have been about the loss of the life of the floods. No, there's a money thing coming up here that he's trying to distract people from. He knows it's coming. It's not here yet. It's inevitable. And he's just waiting for that news to drop. And then it's going to get exposed. Okay, wait, let me also... He's talking about tariffs to distract things he's done with little girls. He's got a perversion for it. He uses his money and influence to do what he wants to do. To him, he's rationalized it. Everybody does it. And, I don't want to say he's looking forward to it again. But this could be like, Epstein Island. This could be news that's going to come out. And then news is going to come out. So it's one of the two. It's either Elon has really touched a nerve with Trump with regards to this, or there's an economic downturn as well. And it could be both. It could be, it doesn't always have to be one thing. I'm sure one thing is the primary motivator of it. Okay. Tell me what Trump's biggest fear with Epstein and with Elon Musk talking about the Epstein thing, tweeting about Trump being on the Epstein list to the point where I just have to assume Pam Bondi just caved to what Trump told her to do, and the head of the FBI did as well. Attorney General, because I believe I think the FBI, the head of the FBI reports into the Attorney General. Who's the head of the FBI? It's Kash Patel, not exactly the strong backboned person to stand up to Trump, right? It's got sycophants in there. What was the question? The question was going to be, what's Trump's biggest fear with the Epstein list? Nine of Cups. Hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. Smug merchant. Okay. Three of Cups. Four of Wands. Five of Wands. And the Star card. The Naked Lady card. The thing I think is that he owned the Teen Miss USA pageant, and he's already on recording for the Howard Stern show saying how he would go in the locker rooms. It's like he's like this total perv. Think of the Cups as being girls. He's just like, yeah, these are all the teenage girls I deflowered type of thing. And, celebrating that. What's his biggest fear? His biggest fear... I'm sorry. This is also my Elon Musk card. Elon knows. Elon knows what Trump has been up to. Elon's opening day. He's releasing that information. He's afraid people are going to celebrate this release of information. And then they're going to... It's going to cause like a beehive of activity. Because the minute that information gets out, it gets investigated. And he won't be able to run and hide from it. It's like it disrupts his perfect little world. It disrupts Trump's perfect little world where nothing bad ever happens to him. He can just wish it away. What about economic downturns? The Trump economy, as it were. What's his biggest fear with the current economic situation in the U.S.? Also throw these cards to see if there's any overlap with the cards I get here versus the previous reading. I'm probing. Ten of Swords. Oh, God. Not good. Five of Swords. Queen of Cups. There's the Six of Coins. That one did show up before. And the Seven of Swords. Yeah, what's his biggest fear with that? He's killing the economy every tariff, every announcement it does not fix anything. He's trying to keep things quiet, working behind the scenes, again, trying to manipulate things, manipulate the information that's out there. He's trying to strong-arm Powell into reducing interest rates. But really what's happening is that the economy's going down and he's completely and utterly responsible for it with his tariffs. And he doesn't want to deal with that. Again, trying to strong-arm. He's trying to change the message. If he could change the definition of what a recession is, if he could change the definition of economic growth or debt and stuff like that, he would do that. It's almost like he's trying to get people to cook the books. The Seven of Swords tells me that he wants people to basically lie about economic numbers. Why not? As far as we know, that's something he hasn't tried yet. And that way, people think the economy is great. Back to voodoo economics. Just lie to him. His whole thing is just lie to him. Who cares? As long as they believe what I tell them, then everything's fine. Because that's how he's lived his whole life. This guy's screwy. Anyways, thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. This reading is for entertainment purposes only, but I hope you found it insightful. And I'll catch you on the next video.